This is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 15. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judged of no man. Shalom. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, pushing his doctrine of truth to the elect of the nation of Israel, who are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, pursuant to the curses of Deuteronomy chapter 28. All right, I wanted to do a quick lesson on this whole idea of only God can judge me. Spirit put it on me to do this lesson because I've been thinking about this all week, listening to Israelites condemn the prophets, the men of the Lord, the apostles, the bishops, the elders, anyone that calls them out for wickedness, okay? And I believe that creed started with Tupac, and I guess this is the title of a song, Only God Can Judge Me. Now, I've never been a Tupac fan. I was always a little more biased in favor of the East Coast rappers. So I never followed Tupac at all. I was never a fan whatsoever. So I couldn't tell you what's what. I mean, he had a couple tracks that I enjoyed, but by and large, not much of a fan. So I couldn't even I can't name any albums. I guess, is it Machiavelli? At any rate, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, you hear a lot of our people, especially the Christians, okay, that are quick to say that only God can judge me, which is not biblical. That's not true. Because we just read, a spiritual man judgeth all things, right? Let's get that again. 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 15. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judged of no man, okay? So, and what that's saying is, with spiritual eyes, we judge all things according to the law, okay? Because the law in and of itself is spiritual, okay? So it makes sense for us to judge things that we see that are wicked, all right? Things that need to be called out, like our people committing adultery, all right? Our people deleting each other, anybody for that matter, but murdering each other. Right? Selling drugs, just all manners of wickedness and evil. Selling drugs is, it's witchcraft, right? At any rate, let's get another scripture here, because they've made this only God. Why do I keep saying that? Only God can judge me. They made this a religion, pretty much. Okay, you're not supposed to call out their wickedness. You're not supposed to call out anything that they're doing that is wicked, that goes against the laws of the Lord. Okay, you just stay silent and let them keep on doing their wickedness, right? As if, they throw in the word God. That's not his name. His name is Yahweh. They throw the word God in there, it makes it okay. It makes it righteous, okay? And it keeps you from judging them. Well, the Lord, he sent men, his prophets, to this earth to do just that, right? Let's go to the book of St. John, chapter 7, verse 24. Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment. Not wicked judgment, righteous judgment. Okay, and what is this righteousness according to? According to the law, right? The law is spiritual. What else is the law? Okay, because, the Christians will quickly tell you that the laws of the Lord are done away with. The laws are wicked. No, they're not. The laws are grievous. The laws are burdensome. No, the laws are spiritual. What else? Let's go to the book of, Romans chapter 7, verse 12. Wherefore the law is holy, and the commandment holy, and just and good. So the law is holy and just and good. Okay? Let's jump down to verse 14. For we know that the law is spiritual, right? A spiritual man judges all things, but I am carnal, sold under sin. Okay? We're led by the Spirit. We can judge. Okay? That's what the Lord put us on this earth to do. Right? Let's go to the book of Psalms. Chapter 2, verse 10. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings, be instructed, ye judges of the earth. And what do judges do? All right, we know that these kings are referring to Israelites. Israelites only. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth. And again, what do judges do? They judge, right? According to the laws, the statutes, and commandments. Okay? Because the law is spiritual. The law is just. The law is good. Right? Let's read that one more time. Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth. All right? So the Lord wants us as his men to judge. He wants us to let our people know the error of their ways. If they're going off, let them know. Call it out, especially out there on the highways and the hedges. All right, let's go to the book of Isaiah. Shalakia. What am I doing here? Can't spell Isaiah right. Bugged out. All right. Isaiah chapter 58, verse 1. And it reads, cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet. Okay? Shout it out. Speak where you're heard. And show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Again, this is done according to the law. All right? What the Lord is saying, when my people break the law or transgress that spiritual law, you tell them what's what. You tell them they're going off. You tell them they're committing sin. All right? Hello.
Hey, Alex, Brian.
Yo.
Alright.
All right, Shalom. And I forgot I had to take that call. Salakia for that. Having air conditioning problems. And the repairman's en route. So, at any rate, where was I? Oh, Isaiah chapter 58. Let's just read it again. Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression, and the house of Jacob their sins. Okay? This is judgment. Okay? Calling it out. Judging. Right? Which means to call out these people for their wickedness. Okay? Tell them what they're doing. Bring it to their attention so they can stop sinning. Okay? Because now is the time to get the spiritual house in order. All right? We're in Jacob's trouble. We're at the beginning stages of it. All right? And when the Lord cracks open that sky and rains down judgment, it's going to start on the house of Israel. Okay? That's why it says, show my people their transgressions. Why? Well, you show them their transgressions before I open up that can of judgment. Okay? Because it's coming. It is coming. And what is it going to look like? Famine. Okay? And they're talking about that happening now. That's on the horizon. You can see it happening. When they close down that Strait of Hormuz, all right? And it affects the shipping, the trucking, all right? Everything. At some point, it's going to affect the food industry, all right? Food is not going to make it to the shelves in these grocery stores, all right? So the teeth of wild beasts, all right? Pestilence, diseases, all right? It sounds like there's a new disease emerging every other week. Okay, first it was the cyclospora, that GI intestinal bug. People were experiencing explosive diarrhea, abdominal cramping, dehydration, what have you. Okay, there's a flesh-eating bacteria that was found out there on the East Coast. All right, we're just seeing a lot of pestilences emerging, and that's prophecy. That's prophetic. All right. So now is not the time to be not listening to the Lord's men, the prophets. Okay. If anything, you want them to correct you. Right. That's like you are walking up to a lake, all right, a river in Africa. Now we know Africa is notorious for the Nile crocodile. All right. And someone saw you walking up to the river's edge. Now, if you didn't know that there were crocodiles in that water, wouldn't you want someone to judge you or forewarn you? Hey, man, get the hell away from that river's edge. There are crocodiles in there that will grab you in a New York minute and eat you. All right, of course. All right, if they saw, or if you, let's say you decided you want to go jump into one of the lakes out there, okay, and go swimming. Wouldn't you want someone to tell you, hey, there's crocs in that water, okay? Stay your ass out of there, otherwise, you're going to die, all right? You're going to die a gruesome death. Well, of course you would. So this is what the men of the Lord are doing for the house of Israel by warning them that, hey, the Lord is about to come. You better get right, okay? You better stop sinning, okay? Get on that straight gate, because otherwise the Lord is going to make you a casualty, okay? Like I said, the scriptures say that he's going to start judging the house of Israel first and then the heathen, all right? So anyway, didn't want to make this too long, but you got to heed what the scriptures say. Don't listen to a doctrine if it is contrary to what the scriptures are saying. See, a Christian will tell you, no, only God can judge me, right? But they don't go by anything in the scriptures, okay? They are more concerned about following their doctrine, okay? This is bullshit. This is foolishness. This is folly, okay? Of course, the Lord is going to judge you through his men, okay? That is why the elect was put on this earth. All right? And when the kingdom of heaven is established on this earth, all right, the judges of the earth, the 144,000, are going to continue judging amongst the heathen, because the laws will be in our inward parts as Israelites, okay? Anyway, like I said, I didn't want to make this too long. All praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.